Hey everyone, welcome back. So today the official trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong released, and it was really awesome. And also, we waited so long for this trailer last year in 2020 that we thought it wasn't going to come. But right now, it has officially happened. And this is what Warner Brothers had all along. So we're going to be waiting to see what's going to happen in the next installment of the Monsterverse and what might play out in the future. So I'm going to break down this trailer shot by shot and point out a few things that you might have missed and also predict what might happen as well. But on top of that, I also want to make sure that none of this will be spoiler filled if any of these predictions I make will become real. So let's go take a look. So the trailer begins showing a city under attack and getting destroyed by something as people are running away. But the location hasn't been shown yet because it looks very unfamiliar compared to the Monsterverse we know for sure. Now, where could this be exactly? But if you look closely, the skyscrapers and buildings in the skyline seems to look like Hong Kong. So we know that this major Asian city is going to be the main final battle location for the movie, teasing something big happening. The next shots quickly show people running down a staircase in the city, probably to get to a lower level to hide. Perhaps they're seeking shelter to hide from Godzilla, who's usually rampaging through the streets causing destruction. But we don't know where these people are heading. Maybe they're going to the subway tunnels underneath the city. Hong Kong does operate on a subway system, so maybe these people should hide in the tunnels underneath the city to make sure that they survive and not get killed by all the impact happening in their city. But there's quite a massive Easter egg I noticed that is causing the destruction in the city. If you take a closer look what is behind these last people running down the staircase in front of the smoke, you appear to notice that there's some red light on some big creature that is rampaging past. This may not be normal Godzilla who's using his atomic breath, but if this shot is then moved quickly, we see what looks like thinner dorsal plates, and this thing is coloured grey, so Godzilla's blackish, so we know for sure what I think we're seeing here is Mecha Godzilla, the robotic version of the character of Godzilla, which we've seen in other works. Now, apparently last year, it was teased that Mecha Godzilla would officially be appearing in this movie because one of the toys for this film leaked that appearance. But I'm not going to dive too much into this yet because it might be a bit spoiler-filled. The next scenes show what appear to be a military or naval group having just captured Kong as he's being hauled away on some sort of boat. But we don't know how they caught him exactly. Now I'm going to be explaining a bit of a theory. This movie most likely is going to feature another rival organisation known as Apex, and they're similar to Monarch. However, what I reckon happened is they might have travelled to Skull Island, and upon learning that Kong is still alive after many years, they've captured him and transported him back to human mainland to prove that he's not the only creature out there apart from Godzilla. But if you notice here, Kong is chained to the bottom of a cargo transport ship or some sort, and he's already asleep, so maybe they might have knocked him out or sedated him. The next scene shows Kong fully awake, and he's sitting up looking at his chained arm, until that's when then he's approached by this character called Nathan Lind, who is played by Alexander Skarsgård. In the next shots, Nathan mentions about a young girl who can somehow communicate with Kong, but we don't know who this character is exactly, but she may be very important for the future of the Monsterverse. She might be a native of Skull Island because we can see that there's markings on her arms, probably tattoos for her probably native tribe or whatever they are. Next we see the same character walk up to Kong in the middle of the night in the rain, probably still on top of that cargo ship thing, whatever it is, as she probably seems to communicate and interact perfectly well because she touches his fingertip. Then the next scene shows our very first look again at the king of the monsters, Godzilla, who has just returned as he's swimming through the ocean, and we see the point of view through his scale as he slices through this ship on the ocean. So maybe Godzilla's not freeing Kong, but maybe he's attacking back from these people like he usually does. Then we see military fighter jets attacking Godzilla who's swimming in the ocean, and we can see his scales and tail. So yeah, they usually do that, as we usually see in the movies, how they attack him. That's no big deal. Next we see another character called Maya Simmons, who is played by Isa Gonzalez, as she watches this battle in fear. Next, Kong stomps his fists down on the cargo deck, as we know that probably Godzilla's going to rise out of the ocean, and he does, so that confirms that this battle's going to be big. Then we get an extended shot of Godzilla climbing onto the deck of this cargo hauler, as we saw in that HBO Max TV spot for the movie. Then Kong throws this killer punch at Godzilla, which is really awesome. Then we see Godzilla being thrown into the ocean straight after, so this fight scene is going to be really epic. Then we see Godzilla fire his atomic breath and Kong jumps off the cargo ship to escape. So that's pretty much a big way for a giant ape to escape from all the danger. Then we see this unnamed character who is standing in front of a computer control screen, but you might notice that there's something spotted on it. It says maximum charge for some sort of thing, which looks like a blueprint, but you notice those robotic designs? Mechagodzilla confirmed. Someone is obviously behind the creation of this version of Godzilla. Then we see this epic shot of Godzilla standing in the Hong Kong streets at night as the buildings are illuminated. He's probably ready to battle. And another shot shows Godzilla firing his breath again and destroying some explosive fuel tankers, and they blast a few people away. Then we see some sort of wall with newspaper clippings that appears to show some Easter eggs and connections to something big that might happen. A newspaper clipping up the left says Godzilla attack claims lives, so that confirms that the King of the Monsters has always been bad. But it also says nuclear cover-up, Monarch stumped. You can see that there's a few marked locations with Apex as well on a map, but also we can see it says Antarctica zone for tourists down the bottom. This is referring to the events of King of the Monsters, where we knew that King Ghidorah's outpost was in Antarctica. We then see our two young characters, Madison Russell and Josh Valentine, as we see Madison is returned after King of the Monsters and she can drive a van now. Then we see Kong on Skull Island jumping down to the edge of a fountain, and then he presses his hand against some sort of red handprint on a rock. So this does mean we're going to be seeing quite a few monster scenes in this movie. The next shot shows Kong swinging another winged creature, slamming into another winged creature. This is the Titan known as Warbat, who was officially revealed in the toy line for this movie. So yes, there are more creatures appearing. The next scene shows Kong with his new axe weapon, and he's standing in front of a destroyed city with Godzilla as the two are gonna charge. Then we got more footage of the Hong Kong fight as Kong slams down Godzilla in front of this building, which is actually the Bank of China in Hong Kong. Then we see a quick shot of Madison watching in fear as the fight goes on, so maybe she's watching it from a window. Then we see Kong running to Godzilla through the streets of the city, as then he absorbs the atomic breath with his axe weapon while leaping through the air. Now this axe weapon was actually made from one of the scales of Godzilla, so yes, that does confirm that probably Kong is going to use a stronger weapon. But I just pray that Kong doesn't cut Godzilla's head off with this axe weapon, thus making him the winner. So that's unfortunately not going to happen, but I hope it doesn't happen. So anyway, that was the trailer for the movie. What did you guys think? Do you think it could have been a bit better, or was it really awesome? Thanks for watching this video so much, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and check out the rest of the content on the channel as well. Thanks for watching very much, guys, because this movie will hit cinemas on March 26, in theaters and on HBO Max. So that's pretty much worth the deal for me to go watch it in cinemas. Thanks for watching so much, guys, and I'll see you all soon.